Another day, another sacking in the English Premier League. Today we woke up with a breaking news that Tottenham Hotspur have dismissed their coach in Thomas Frank. It's I'm not surprised. I'm not surprised because we've seen this before. We've seen these scripts play out before. Now Tottenham Hotspur are a club or a team where it is difficult to strive as a coach. Now, being a new English coach or being an English coach in Tottenham Hotspur is even more difficult. Who are we to blame in this case? Are we to blame Tottenham Hotspur or are we to blame Thomas Frank at this point? Because trust me, it's not the best. And let's talk about the English coaches. Let's talk about coaches per se in general who has lost their job this season, in the Premier League. In the Premier League, we had Pereira, who lost his job at Wolves. We had Postecoglou, who lost his job, at Nottingham Forest. We had Enzo Maresca, who lost his job at Chelsea. We also had Ruben Amorim, who lost his job at Manchester United as well. Some other series of coaches has also lost their job as well. So what is wrong? Are we going to blame the football clubs, or are we going to blame the coaches at this point? Because are the football club not giving the coaches enough time to actually experiment, enough time to work on the players, enough time to understand the team, enough time to gel, enough time to understand the club itself, or I should say start getting results at that point? I understand that football is business, and at this point it is more result based oriented than, or I would say result based oriented. That makes it more business minded at this point. But let's talk about Tottenham Hotspur. Thomas Frank spent 6 months at Tottenham Hotspur. Not because he's not a good coach. This was the same coach who coached Brentford for so many years. And at the end of the day, there are so many good players who came out of that Brentford team, and the Brentford still had the structure. Now, Tottenham Hotspur, towards the end of last season, or at the end of last season, sacked Postecoglou after winning them a trophy in Europe. Now, for Thomas Frank, they appointed him. Why? Because he had a very good future. I would say he had a very good prospects after being the coach of Brentford, after the good work he did with Brentford, coaching the likes of Wissa, coaching the likes of Mbumo, coaching the likes of Shad, coaching the likes of Ivan Toney and the rest. He was a successful coach at Brentford. So what changed? What's changed at Tottenham Hotspur? Is it the style of play? Is it the environment? Is it the structure? Is it the money he was given to spend? Is it the kind of players he was being signed? It was signed under, or I should say that was signed in this period, or I should say the club itself, everything. Now let's not forget that this same Tottenham Hotspur had some series of coaches after Pochettino. After Pochettino, you had the likes of Jose Mourinho in 2021. You had the likes of Antonio Conte. You had the likes of the coach, the current coach of West Ham. Over there, you had Ryan Mason, who was there for some period of time. I mean, Nuno Espirito Santo was the name I was trying to remember. You had a series of coaches. Postecoglou. You have over 5 to 6 coaches who have coached since 2021 after the sacking of Tottenham Hotspur. Then I beg to say, is Tottenham Hotspur problem really coaching problem or structure problem? Because when I talk about structural problem, I'm talking about from the board up to the very point, up to the players. Now, from the board, what kind of players are you signing? Because if you should blame Thomas Frank, then you have to talk about the series of big coaches that has come, that were proven winner in their previous club, that has come to Tottenham Hotspur and did not succeed. Now, let's talk about Jose Mourinho. He was a successful coach in his career. So what changed? What happened with him coaching Tottenham Hotspur? What happened to Antonio Conte? What changed? He was a successful coach in Chelsea, won the league in his first season. What changed with him being a coach of Chelsea? Nuno Espirito Santo was doing well at Wolves. He has a very good prospect. What changed with him coming to Spurs? Nuno Espirito Santo won trophies at Celtic. What changed with him coming to Spurs? So it leads me to say at this point that, is the problem really a coaching problem at Tottenham Hotspur or a structural problem? What kind of players are being signed? What kind of environment does the team itself have? A winning mentality? Does it have a winning environment? Sometimes it goes beyond the coach. Sometimes it goes beyond sacking coaches. A coach who delivered your first trophy in over 13, 15 years, you got him sacked. And you brought another coach who has not won a trophy before but has a very good prospect, and you sack him under 6 months. Now I understand the fact that the result has not been going their way. This is a result based oriented industry, and you must get results if you should, or if you must keep your if you must keep your space or your job as a coach. But what kind of players are you going to sign? A player like Odegaard? I'm not saying he's a bad player, but these are young, inexperienced players. These are not proven way players. These are not players that could actually change a team that signed Timo Werner, who was a flop at Chelsea. Yes, it's not bad giving players second chances. There were players in the market. Javi Simon is a prospect, yes. So there are players who they signed, but are they the right players? Are they the right fit for that kind of team? They sold Brendan Johnson this January, which to me I think that was a very poor mindset of actually letting a player like that leave. Brought in the likes of Gallagher. Romero was asking for quality players this January. As a captain, he actually complained. So at the end of the day, you take a look at this and you say it's really not a coaching problem or a player problem. I think is the recruitment of players. I think they are doing it in a wrong way. I think they are doing it in a wrong pattern. Spurs at this point needs a total overhaul. But there was a Daniel Levy at that point. He left the club because of all these things as well. So who are you bringing in? They brought in someone else. Has it worked? You might have the best training facility in the world, but if you don't have the winning mentality, the winning mindset as the club, as a team, it will not work at the end of the day, because the next coach that is going to come to this Tottenham Hotspur side might suffer the same fate, might suffer the same thing. The result was poor for Thomas Frank, just as last season. So it's really going from bad to worse right now at Tottenham Hotspur. And if you want to take a blame, you have to take a blame at everybody. From the coach to the players, to the sporting director, to the board. Everybody that connects to that club, footballing wise, has to take the blame. Because you cannot keep changing coaches when you know that there's a rooted problem in that club that needs to be checked. Talking about sacking of coaches, Roberto Di Zerbi has left Marseille due to mutual consent, and he is no more the coach of Marseille. And that is another coach who has a very, very good prospect or possibility of becoming one of the best coaches in the world, but has an attitudinal problem. That's another topic for another day. But let me know what you think concerning this Tottenham Hotspur sacking of Nuno Espirito Santo. Is this the right thing to do? Is this the right thing to sack Frank? Should we place Frank under the English coaches that don't succeed in big clubs, or we should place Frank among one of the other casualties of coaches that has coached Tottenham Hotspur and did not work out at the end of the day? Because trust me, this is another coaching casualty in the English Premier League. Let me know what you think about all of this and share your thoughts in the comment section. Don't forget to like this video, subscribe if you're not subscribed, hit the notification bell, and share your thoughts. Don't forget to like this video as well, and let me know what you think about this. Until I come your way again next time, I remain your boy Mike Way. Stay cool. Cheers.